What's up, team? Welcome to the video. About to drive back to Munich from Joe's parents, which is about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hour and a half, yeah. Thanks for having us, guys. Take care.
All right, guys, Q&A time. We're here with the man, Captain Joe. I'm actually going to let him, for those of you who don't know him, my subscribers, give you like a 1-minute intro, just who you are, what you've done.
Yeah, pleasure. Yeah, my name's Joe. I live in Munich, Germany, and I've been a pilot for the past 10 years, I would say. And funny enough is that because you're from America, I did most of my flight training in Florida, Vero Beach, and it was great, good times there. And then when I got back, I was desperately looking out for a job, and at the time the economy was really down, so I got a job for skydivers. So I took up skydivers for 1 year, and that was great fun. It was great experience because you go just touch and go, up and down. And then after that, my best mate at the time, she was also a pilot, and she called me up and said, Joe, big airlines are looking out for jobs now. Sign you up, and after that I started flying for a big German airline now, and I'm really happy with it. It's great fun.
Is it harder flying a big like commercial plane compared to a private jet compared to what you were using?
I guess the thing is, I want to say it's easier to fly bigger planes because there's so much help involved. There's automation, you have an autopilot, you have navigation system which is so accurate and everything. If you fly smaller planes, there's much more workload. You fairly often don't have an autopilot, you have to fly with a map, or you can use the GPS, but still, the flying wise manually is much more skills required on smaller planes than it's on bigger planes.
Because my mind automatically goes to a morbid, like, weird place.
Yeah.
Smaller planes, I think this is right, crash more frequently than commercial planes.
Yeah, because they don't have as much as procedures as we have on bigger planes. I mean, these smaller planes can be flown, obviously, by private pilots. We call them weekend warriors because they don't... They don't fly during the week, so they only have when they have free time, so they take them out once in a while.
They have less practice.
They have less practice. So these smaller planes in the general aviation category do crash a little more often than big airliners. Yeah.
And part of that is because the pilot is just oftentimes less experienced.
Yeah, by far. And it's just things happen. A lot of people misjudge weather. Weather is a huge issue, especially with the smaller ones. Because in bigger airplanes, in airliners, you can fly above the weather, and smaller planes don't reach that altitude, and then just misjudge how turbulence and
bad winds,
stuff like that can really affect your flight profile, and then that's something that very often leads to crashes on small planes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
for people at home who are legitimately afraid of flying commercial, though, because they think the plane could go down. Yeah. What advice would you give to them?
There's this rumor that there's air holes that planes would literally drop out of the sky because of your turbulence. But I've been in the industry for 7 years now, in the airline industry, and I have never experienced anything like it. Obviously, I have experienced turbulence once in a while. Maybe it's sort of tipped over my glass, but that's it. But
as far as actually going down,
or wings breaking and stuff like that, no way. Yeah. It's just, I don't want to say impossible, but it's like the odds of that happening are so slim.
Yeah.
Good. I think by now it's still the safest way of traveling to use a plane, because there's so many planes out. And
are you going to get on a bus? Or are you going to get in a car? If you're going to do that, you're safer flying somewhere.
It's true. It is. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so here's a different kind of question that I've been wondering. Talk about your schedule, because part of fitness and part of getting in better shape is aligning your habits with your schedule. So as a commercial pilot, what does kind of both your daily schedule, but also how a week and a month breaks out?
That is definitely challenging in any aspect.
Sorry. Right, no edits. Bless you.
That's right. I was going to repeat that. It is definitely really difficult for pilots to stick to a routine when it comes workout wise. First of all, pilots can't really do a team sport anyways, like having a schedule. Okay, I have to play football on a Tuesday night, or I don't know, go rugby on a Thursday night, or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just no way of doing that because your flight schedule will always interrupt any of your plans, and so you kind of have to stick to either a gym where you can go to 24/7, or more or less bodyweight exercises doing the hotel, but really sticking to it for a long course of time is just involved with a lot of self-discipline, and especially food-wise, nutrition-wise, it's a mess because there's no secret that the food on board is not as good as it is on ground, obviously, and getting healthy nutrition over, if you have a 5-day layover, getting in decent.
And you'll have a 5-day layover?
Oh yeah, I do that once in a while, and then you just stuck to hotel foods and stuff like that, and then you run into.
And they put you up wherever you are, but like.
Yeah. I mean, and it's fine if you like in places within Germany or maybe England or whatever, but if you go somewhere Eastern Europe and then you don't speak the language and then you can't find a supermarket and stuff like that, it's just messed up. So you have to deal with it. Yeah, it's really hard, and you have to deal and just eat the food you get from the hotels, and you never know if that's really healthy or suits your nutrition plan for your workout schedule. So it's a bit of an issue.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the same for anyone, like people who work night shifts, like you get caught in these weird situations where like it's just so much harder to make the right decision than if you can sleep in your own bed every night and have a set 9 to 5 or I'm working these hours. It's predictability and consistency.
Yeah, definitely. The sleep schedules are also the ones which really tie you up, because on a 5-day layover, for example, you start off with an early morning flight. Then maybe the next day you have a 12 or midday flight, so you can actually sleep longer than on the second day. And then the third day, it's an early flight again. Mm-hmm. And it sort of keeps changing, so you don't really have a, what's it called, a circadian rhythm. It's just it's completely lost. And that definitely affects your body. I mean, I've had times when I got up, I was just so stressed out of getting up really early. I mean, I felt like stomach ache, and then
impacts digestion, which impacts chemicals in your brain.
Terrible. Yep. It's just, but it's a thing you have to deal with. I personally do drink a lot of water. This is one of my things I do.
Good man.
To do a lot of hydration, because I mean the air in the planes definitely is so much drier, and your skin definitely suffers from that. Mm-hmm. But I just compensate with drinking a lot of water, and but you do skip a couple of meals here and there, and but it's this is how it is. But I'm trying to keep up the pace.
Do your best.
Do your best.
Yeah.
To get the rest. There's nothing we can do.
Seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
Although something you have been doing, which kind of helps with this, like it's not the reason for the decision, but on a global level, moving more towards YouTube and like a focus on YouTube stuff. Yeah,
that has been actually, it's a funny story how it actually evolved.
Take us to the beginning of YouTube.
Take to the beginning of this. The thing is that we do, obviously, as a pilot, you do have a lot of spare time as well, and I always wanted to do something with that spare time, because I'm not a guy who just sits in front of television. I need to do something. Mm-hmm. So I always had this idea, that idea, and tanked all of them. But one day my dad called me up at work and said, "Joe, can you kind of explain me a system on the plane? I read an article about it and I don't understand it." I said, "Oh, fine by me." So I took him out on a FaceTime call, and I went around the airplane to show him. Mm-hmm. And he immediately understood what was going about and so far. And then like 2 weeks later, a beer with my dad, he comes up and said, "Oh, Joe, this is amazing. Why don't you set yourself up a YouTube channel?" I said, "Well, that's not too bad idea. I think of it." So then I gradually started off.
When was this?
Oh, that's about a year ago, 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
And then it just slowly picked up, and then at one stage it got really because I did a lot of technical stuff, system knowledge based stuff, and questions passengers just ask, and then from that point on it just picked up and skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. And it's so much fun now. I mean, especially the biggest pride or honor is for me having flight schools use my videos during their flight school lessons, because they're, I don't know, it's maybe the visuals I'll use, I don't know, it's just so cool, and it shows a lot of respect that people use this stuff. So I must do something right. That's it.
Yeah. Well, your video, like if you've seen his stuff, it's so high quality.
Thank you, appreciate it.
For that reason, and you can speak like as in depth or as broadly as you want here, but talk us through your creative process on making a video?
Yeah, that's a good point. Now imagine a video. I put out a video and then I get loads of comments, and then what I do is I write those comments down. If a question comes up, Joe, can you do a video about flaps and slats, for example? And then I see, okay, there's like 20 to 15 people writing the same question, so I tick them off and say, okay, this is definitely the next video has to be about that topic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get into this creative process, meaning I write a script, what I want to be shown in that video, and then I start recording within the plane, do the recordings back home where I actually literally talk to the camera, and then in the script I have, okay, I'll talk about this in a few minutes, and this in a few minutes, and then I know, okay, I need to have that visual right there, I need to have this picture here, and then it all goes into editing, which takes up most of the time, and then I have it's always Thursday night, 8:00 German time, so it's 6:00 UTC, as a pilot would say, and so the people and just come online, and then the rewards is just it really pays off. A lot of people are really thankful for it. And then obviously from that on, the next questions keep coming in, and it's
build on it, keep answering them, and answering them correctly, and doing it in such like my videos that have popped, that have done the best, are the ones that weren't off the cuff, but rather I took the time to think about like whether script or just make bullet points and like know exactly all of the points I wanted to hit. It just creates a better product. It does.
I mean, and especially working in this community of YouTube is it just pays off, and the reward is just bigger. And it's great fun. Especially getting these comments. Oh, I'm so thankful for you for doing that. And then obviously out of that, the next question follows. And and it's a creative process which over time you just get better and better. I mean, if I look at my videos a year back, it's like, hilarious. All the lighting is rubbish and this and that, but I mean, it's just you get better over time, and I'll see how it evolves over time, and it gets better and better, and then we'll go from there.
Well, and you were just saying about a recent video, like by transitioning the background and like having a more relevant background, like just a setting. I've filmed like in a dark room in my apartment with like crappy lighting versus being on the street in New York and just giving people more to look at and more like it just you learn those things over time and you start consistently implementing them.
It was fun when I did that video. It's not out yet, but it'll come out next Thursday. Is that whilst I was in the editing process, I got so excited about it myself because it's so good. This is going to be real good. So definitely the change of perspective and using different tools and stuff, it's good fun,
Like if you're a content creator, if you want to be a content creator, his channel's great to check out because even with like the titles you use, just watch the flow of the videos. It's good.
Thanks.
You're executing really well.
Cheers.
Let's go big picture here to finish. I want to talk not like I don't want to say life goal, but from a career, business, helping people, but and just like things you want to do. You're 34 years old right now. Yeah. Where's your head at when you look 5, 10, 15 years out?
Good question. It definitely
take over YouTube, get all the subscribers.
No. It definitely will have something to do with aviation, no doubt about it, because that is a passion. It's not a job for me. It is really a passion. I love doing it. As you say, you don't have to work a single day in your life if you love your job, and I do that. And I'd like to go a little bit more, maybe even more into this educational stuff, helping younger students to become pilots, because it is still a very challenging educational process, and getting into flight school financially wise is obviously a huge issue. I have this vision of setting something up, of getting a fund or a charity fund of funding younger students into pilot school. That's definitely a huge topic where I want to go to, and travel. I need to see the world, man. I need to, and I want to get to meet really interesting people, not just aviation related, also motivational related. Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, all these guys are an inspiration to me. I work with these guys, meaning I read their books and podcasts and whatnot. But I'd like to get to meet these people and to get in real depth with them. So that is definitely where I'd like to be heading in the next 10 years. And to finalize it, is I think in 5 years I see myself as a motivational coach in a pilot's uniform, giving presentations, giving a life's checklist on things you just have to do, or just to get more self-discipline, more motivational skills for your life, stuff like that, and you're just reaching your aims and goals.
Do you use checklists in your life?
Outside of It's I must admit, this is definitely something that I copied from work. I'd never really done it before that, but it really being a pilot definitely influenced my life a lot. Having little checklists everywhere, or just doing to-do lists. I mean, I used to have a whiteboard back home in my living room, write everything down, and it was so much. There's such a satisfaction just ticking stuff off, and at the end of the day, having 10 items, whatever, ticked off. I mean, you'll sleep after that. It's just the best you can get. So checklists definitely rule my life. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Definitely. Thanks, Mike.
Check them out for real. Like, whether you're interested in flying and pilot stuff in general, or you're just interested in how to do YouTube well. Seriously, like.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for watching. We're not actually wrapping the vlog right now. I don't know what we're doing in this video. See you tomorrow, maybe. Bye.
Mike, quick, come. Come.
Never seen Benedict so excited before.
Hey, this door.
Oh, no way! Oh, man, let's go! I love you, bro. Yes! What do we gotta do?
And signature, please.
Yeah. You got it. Right here?
For your rating letter, please.
You bet. Oh my gosh, I love you.
Okay.
That's it?
Super, that's fine.
Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Let's go. Yes. Unreal. I'm most pumped that I have my gloves now. Like, that's the main thing. Oh yeah, it's just in time. Your clothes have been fantastic. I might keep wearing your clothes. My clothes are good. Seriously, I'm gonna fit on this.
Oh, is that not yours?
Nah.
Oh, shoot.
Bomb.
Oh, I'm so happy. Oh my
I'm happy
god.
for you guys.
Because I straight up thought we were never getting them. Like,
I wrote them off too.
yeah, same. Like, I literally just posted an Instagram story saying Norwegian Air lost all my clothes. Like,
Did you take them?
yeah, I tagged them in it, trying to like help things.
Track.
Yeah.